Oh, she's the one, Cole. Oh,
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well friends, the month of August is almost over, and you know what that means. It means we're that much closer to election day, and in my previous polling analysis video, I said that these last couple of months are going to be absolutely crucial. Everything prior is early polling data, and for the most part, it can give you a little bit of an idea of the direction, but a lot of the data is going to be really inaccurate. Of course, the hopium Democrat base have been extremely confident over the last couple of weeks as they keep saying that everything's trending in their directions. Well, like I told you guys, it's going to be a little bit short-lived as the trend is already picking up steam back towards the Republican side. Hopium leftists are telling themselves one thing, but the facts are saying another, as it seems a Democrat state is now flipping to the Republican column. Huge gains here, folks. And like usual, the hopium Democrats, I think, are in for a serious wake-up call and awakening, a serious surprise when it's all said and done in about 2.5 months. Let me continue to make the case. As we continue to analyze all the information during this election season, we've got some stuff to get into, folks, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so most of you guys probably already guessed it what state I'm talking about, because basically we've been talking about it as being in play for Republicans to flip since all the way back in 2019. We're talking about the state of Nevada. We are seeing a seismic political shift. This is the 2018 Nevada gubernatorial election. Steve Sisolak winning by 4% over Republican contender Adam Laxalt, and that accounts for about a 40,000 vote difference. Well, now headed into 2022, the most recent Trafalgar Group Nevada governor poll shows Republican challenger Joe Lombardo with a small lead over current incumbent Democrat governor Steve Sisolak. And keep in mind, folks, every single polling outlet or poll, all the numbers that we look at, for the most part, I think we could assume are underestimating Republican support or Republican voter turnout is probably the best way to describe it. But even with this small lead in the Trafalgar Group poll, it's a significant shift. We're talking about 2018, a +4 lead for the Democrat, now looking like an almost 3% lead for Joe Lombardo, the Republican. If that was to materialize, and of course, undecided voters, let's say they were to split evenly, or let's say split a little bit in favor of Republicans, let's say an even 3% lead for Joe Lombardo, that's a 7-point shift away from the Democrat Party in a matter of 4 years. It's not the 20-point shift that we saw in Mayra Flores' election, but still 7 points in 4 years is extremely significant, and it's showing a trend. You know, states like Nevada are incredibly important at telling you where the electorate is moving in general, because Nevada is a true swing state. It's a true moderate state that lies in the middle. It could go any which way, and when a Democrat wins, it's by a very slim margin. When a Republican wins, it's the same thing. You don't see landslide victories. It's evenly split, so if we're seeing a shift towards the Republican Party in the state of Nevada, it means we might see the same thing across moderate districts in moderate states. And it might also have a serious impact in general elections. I mean, the state of Nevada might just be 6 electoral votes, but it's still +6 in the Republican column, which probably has Democrats shaking in their boots. But most importantly are the trending repercussions. No one's looking at the state of Nevada thinking this is an absolute massive win. It's like the Democrats flipping the state of Texas. I mean, in their dreams, but you get the point. The state itself is not a massive game breaker, but rather, it's possibly a predictive indicator. And that's the most important thing, especially when it comes to the Latino vote. There are a significant portion of Latinos in the state of Nevada. It might be an early indicator telling us that the Latino vote truly is shifting away from the Democrat Party. And speaking of shifting, well, after Democrats supposedly closed the gap over the last couple of weeks, like I've been saying, friends, it seems very much short-lived. short-lived. The last 3 polls, the most recent polls released, are all showing a turnaround effect, a bounce-back effect, away from the Democrat Party and back to Republicans. Rasmussen and Trafalgar Group both showing a +5 Republican lead, a significant bounce-back from the last couple of weeks. And now we even have the most recent NBC News poll completely overriding the little bounce that we saw for Democrats 2 weeks ago or a week ago with a +2 Republican lead. And here's where I get to continue to hammer the exact same point. Folks, these polls are significantly underestimating Republicans. Take a look at this analysis from Interactive Polls. NBC News generic ballot poll. August 2022, the current lead that we're seeing 47 for GOP +2 over Democrats at 45. But if we go back to August 2018, NBC News was predicting a +8 lead for Democrats, which actually materialized with a +8.4% lead for Dems in the actual results. So NBC News was very accurate at predicting the 2018 election. But here's the kicker. That was their polling data showing a Democrat lead. In September 2014 and August 2010, NBC News was showing a +2 lead for the GOP in 2014. The actual result was a +5.7. In August 2010, they were showing a tie. GOP at 43%, Democrats at 43%. The actual result ended up being GOP +6.7. This is what I keep telling you guys. I believe the baseline is take whatever the aggregate polling data is and give Republicans anywhere from a +2 to +6 bump on top of that. Look, it's not an exact science, folks, which is why it's so hard to predict Republican victories. But just based on what we know, Republicans are going to be underestimated in the polling data. I mean, that's just a baseline fact. By how much, we don't know. We can literally only guess. But the way I look at this stuff, and especially the way I'm looking at it right now, is that we're most likely going to see a bunch of upset victories. And in places where Democrats think that they're going to cruise to a safe victory, I'm thinking, not so fast. You know, I look at a Fox News poll for Arizona. I mean, it's a Fox News poll, so automatically give whatever the GOP candidate is +3 and then add another +4 for the voter enthusiasm gap and undecideds and independents shifting towards the Republican Party. But I see Mark Kelly supposedly winning by +8 over Blake Masters. And where some people would say that's a lean Democrat race, I'm thinking this is a toss-up. Blake Masters could pull that one off. I see the governor's race between Katie Hobbs and Carrie Lake, a +3 lead for Katie Hobbs, and immediately my brain thinks Carrie Lake is going to win. We go to the state of Michigan and we see incumbent Democrat Governor Gretchen Whitmer at 51% with a +5 lead over Tudor Dixon, and I think, once again, toss-up. Tudor Dixon could win this race. When you have historic indicators like Gallup party identification data showing the party affiliation breakdown with Republicans winning at 45% and Democrats at 43%, it makes you want to throw away all of the Democrat-leaning, Democrat oversampling polling data into the garbage. When you look at fundraising, when you look at primary turnout, when you look at voter enthusiasm, I mean the whole picture, you start to see one image and one image alone, and that is a massive red tsunami that is possibly going to shock the world. I could be totally wrong, folks. I've been wrong before, but this is just my interpretation, my analysis of the data. This is how I feel, and I guess we'll just have to see what happens. That's what I got for you guys, though. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you're up for it. I'm gonna get back to work, though. Thanks for watching, friends, and I will see you on the next one.